Welcome guys, Brandon here from Terminated Gaming, and we're back on World of Warships, this time another replay. This one not as special in my Iowa as the 313,000 damage game that you can check out in the cards above. This one is simply, if just being there, just being there makes the difference. So this game, like I said, not super spectacular, it's not bad, not spectacular, but just being there helps. So we're in a fairly typical tier 9 through 7 match, tier 8 carriers in play. I do like it actually when I'm in my Iowa and carriers are in play, especially if they're lower tier carriers, just for the simple fact that the Iowa's AA isn't actually that bad. Believe it or not, if you can believe that American Battleship AA, not bad. We are playing on the hotspot map in a standard battle, not a domination battle, which I kind of like on this map. And so I'm going to decide to go over to the right side of the map, the 9-10 line, and I don't think I actually completely make it over there because there's another friendly Iowa to my right, so I will end up cutting inside this island. But of course, not committing right away and running at half speed here right now until I can figure out where I want to go. But it looks like the Iowa, and I think that Surrey is going to join him off on that right. And as always, if you do not want to listen to my thoughts on the battle as it's going on, just want to watch the battle as is, there is, of course, earlier in the video, the card displayed, the one without commentary, so you can feel free to check that one out. It won't hurt my feelings whatsoever. I just want to get my games out there, and hopefully you guys enjoy those games. So you can see shell tracers starting to come in. You gotta kind of wait until the ship gets spotted, and I'm gonna take some shots on that Nagato. It looks like maybe not. Yeah, I didn't take those shots because he was traveling at a 40-degree angle there. As you can see, I'm running that for the benefit of us watching now. It shows us the angle that the ship is traveling towards us. Of course, I'm always running with the better battle interface that you see at the top that lets you know time until win, points, and hit points of the enemy team. So this Alsace is making a really big error of judgment in my opinion. He's turning outward, so I try to take the shot at a time where he would flatten out when my shells kind of get there. Yeah, he's not spotted right now, but he's got, almost a 12k salvo right there on him. Sadly, not much more, but hey, you gotta take what you can get. The enemy Iowa just nuked our Surrey that went over there, and that's why you don't take a lightly armored ship close to a huge battleship's guns. And here I'm actually slowing down more because I don't want to commit hard around this corner until I can figure out what's going to be next to me. Here I'm taking these shots at the Alsace again. Not a great angle, but we'll see what kind of happens, in just one pen. So we're lucky to even get that pen. He was at a bad angle to us, and really looking back, shouldn't have took that salvo, but you shoot at what you can shoot at. And with that Belfast dead, I decide to, I believe, start speeding up because that eliminates the torpedo threat on this side of the map. And now we're just down to the 3 battleships, 2 tier 9s and a tier 7 BB. That Alsace is still traveling at a poor angle, so I try to shoot at this Nagato that I can't directly see, and then that's when the destroyer gets spotted. But I believe that destroyer is just gonna, get taken care of for us. So there we get 10k on the Nagato. Very nice damage number for how few hits actually connect. That's one thing with the Iowa. Granted, it's not always just the Iowa's problem. It's my fault with sometimes poor aim, but other times it just feels like the guns just don't necessarily go 100% where I want them to. So there we just get 6 guns, and yeah, the Nagato gets taken out by our destroyer on our team, and there we do a decent amount of damage. Only 4 hits out of 6 on the side of an Alsace. And I get ready to try to shoot at this Iowa here with my rear turret. you get 2 hits for 76. So one of those hits I think went really short. And the Gunnice now gets him with torpedoes, so now with all these threats eliminated, we have that York that's pushing over here, an Alsace and a Nagato in front of me. So I decide to speed up and then slow back down to 3/4 speed to kind of let some of my team catch up a little bit. There we see the Nagato over on the right, and I'm not going to be able to engage him per se because of the island, so I'm kind of just slowing up, you know, between 1/4 and 3/4 speed, kind of letting things get spotted, and that's when the York comes back up again. And I believe I get pinged or either something that somebody wants that York shot, and it's like, well, yeah, I'm going to shoot that York. He's the best target I have. And then the Alsace comes up. The Alsace isn't traveling at a great angle. 3 overpens on the York, unlucky, but he was turning, so 3 hits is still pretty lucky to get. Now that Alsace looks like he's gonna turn out into a favorable angle, and then he decides to continue on that path, and I decide not to shoot at him. And then this is where the destroyer says that he wants concentrated fire on that York, which I agree to and fire at the York. Again, these I'm pretty sure this salvo, yeah, 2 overpens. I don't know if it was a lot my aim. I mean, yeah, I needed to give him a little bit more lead because the lead that I gave him was fell just behind his funnels. And the Alsace's secondaries are getting in. I don't know if I actually get the 3rd turret swung out onto the York or if I okay, I swing all of my turrets out onto that York to see what I can do. And there we did 11k off of 4 hits off of 9 shells. So they kind of dispersed, but of course he's in a hard overturn, so not necessarily the easiest of shots. I look at the Alsace again and then realize I think the Nagato is going to shoot me here in my side. Or he's watching me, so I got to take the Nagato out of the fight is what I'm thinking here. Because the other 2 are in front of me. He's the main threat to me. But our destroyer decides to go and get himself killed. So I sink the Nagato, and now both of the enemies that are left are in front of me. And I have a York that has torpedoes, and I have an Alsace that's kind of kiting away from me. And this is going to be a trend you notice for the length of this battle, is me playing chasey with that Alsace. It's not fun, and the Alsace actually has friends, a lot of friends, and he's able to do a little bit of damage to me here and there from while I'm even just facing him. Easy kill on the York, just had to land hits in order to kill him. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I don't need to turn towards where the York was because that friendly destroyer was dead right next to me, and I was slow enough where I think the destroyer would have ate the torps. So here I'm thinking, oh hey, I can pen that side of that Alsace at that angle, but then he keeps turning, and it's like, oh no, I can't actually pen that. And his secondaries are going to be the thing that kind of equalizes this game for him compared to me. We get 3 hits out of 6 guns fired there, and 1 pens for 1,300 damage. The angle there was not favorable, and then he uses this moment to turn, you know, smart. Meanwhile, I'm getting close enough for my limited secondaries to be able to open up. And I shot down his fighters, so the Lexington was able to come in, which I thought was a big help. You know, just being able to help the Lexington, because the Alsace and me are both technically by ourselves. So the enemy Lexington is coming to engage me as well. And actually, I think he does ignore me for a while, but eventually that Lexington will be coming to target me, in a sense, because I'm isolated, I'm by myself. Just kind of waiting for that moment. Yeah, here, I think you can see him on the minimap coming up behind me. I do end up losing 1 turret to the Alsace at the, you know, for temporary time, and here comes the dive bombers. Thankfully, my damage con was running as he was going to attack me, so he couldn't get a fire. He can only just do the 11k damage. Which, yeah, that really sucked. It really hurt. And then that could have been my death. That Soyuz is within I think 17 kilometers of me right now. And he could have really been the end of my day. Once again, just ineffective fire onto the Alsace. He's continuing to fire HE. I continue firing AP here. Probably not the best choice. Should have made me switch to HE, and I might have did better damage. But I'm thinking I can get it like into his superstructure there, and he turns out and I miss again. But I keep showing this broadside to the Soyuz, and I'm just waiting for him to punish me. Thankfully, our repair party comes off cooldown, so I got that, and the Alsace was still firing HE, so... And there I get like 3,500 with that AP salvo. And these torp planes actually continue to force me to make my turn that I was going to do anyways. The Iowa has better kite-away angles than it does forward angles, so I can actually get more turrets in on the fight easier from that side. And this Lexington is just throwing planes at me. And I think I might... Yeah, I think I take that back one there, that back torpedo. No, maybe not. Maybe I do skirt it. Yeah, I skirt that torpedo. But I'm already up to 14 plane kills, but I've been the undivided attention of the enemy Lexington. And now I'm kind of just sailing away, hoping to survive and keep living in this game. Almost 100k damage that we did this game. And now it's just the Alsace that's shooting at me. The Soyuz has people closer to him to worry about. So I go undetected here for a short second until those planes come within range. And I decide to try to take shots at that Soyuz with just the rear turret here because of the Alsace. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get in on me. So here we're shooting down Lexington planes. Only get 2 on the initial pass. And I think he withdrew them almost... No, okay, he's still going to try to come around again. Get 2 more on the turnaround. And here he comes in again. I nose in towards his planes to give him the smallest target possible, but I'm also being targeted by the Soyuz again. There goes another plane of his, and I shoot down another one, so he gets 1 plane with rockets off. Thankfully, no fire was set. The Soyuz decides to shoot at me, misses, and I kill both of the remaining planes from the Lexington on that run, putting us up to 21 planes now. But that's not the last we'll see of that Lexington. And now I'm just basically back here licking my wounds. And I'm going to take some very ineffective fire at the remaining targets. Because the Soyuz is in a hard overturn. Can't really... I mean, if I take the shot here, I might get enough plunging fire to pen him. But you got to kind of get predicting if he's going to turn back out or not. And the Alsace... Also not a great target, but I decided to take those shots. But I think he knows that I'm shooting at him and he turns. Or those shots aren't well aimed, I can't remember. This game's a couple days old, or several days old. Yeah, these shells look like... Fell short. Not enough lead, and not enough distance that I didn't give him because he's turning slightly outward. And here's Lexington again. So I turn on my priority sector, and I spin... So that way I'm giving him my side for the dive bombers. And just to get as much AA attacking those dive bombers. There goes 1 plane. 2 planes. 3 planes. He only has 1 left. And he misses with it. Because I kept going in the hard turn. And I don't think I killed that plane, I'm not sure. 24, so no, I didn't kill his last plane there. But you notice his squadrons are getting really small. Even though I'm isolated, I'm not the easiest target. So I've actually been able to get 2 damage repairs going during that whole time after disengaging from the Alsace. And notice I'm almost in the same spot while that Alsace is made all the way over there. So... Yeah. We are also at only 109,000 damage, you know, not spectacular, not terrible, 2 kills, and here comes the Lexington again. Notice his 3 planes in the squadron. But me and this Alaska are really close together. So the Alaska's AA opens up. Me and the Alaska are within, 3.5 kilometers here. And I turn, because he's engaging the Alaska with those, and I hit my AA sector. So now we have 2 American AAs engaging on that And I don't think, yeah, he didn't get away with a single one of those. So 3 planes all dead. And I got one of them. The Alaska got 2. And I don't even think the Alaska took the torpedo. Not sure. Wasn't paying attention to see if his health changed.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And at this point, they've lost so many players. I'm gonna start pushing towards where I think the Lexington is. You know, he was last spotted over there, and I really want to get revenge shots on a carrier. But spoiler alert, we don't get to attack that carrier, sadly. And really, the rest of this match is kind of, besides the fact that the Lexington continues to send planes at us, it really is going to not be very much more in this match on our end. But once again, just being there, being a target, is being a help to my team here. Because we've 2.4 potential, 2.4 million potential, 44,500 plane damage, and 25 kills so far on those. 2 actual ship kills, 52 hits. Even the secondaries got to play around a little bit, which on the Iowa is negligible. I do also have a Georgia too, and it's funny because the Georgia, I hesitate to say, but I think it is an Iowa hull, just with the 3 turrets of 2 18-inch guns instead of the Iowa's 16s. But I could be wrong. And here comes the Lexington. This time he's bringing in rocket attack planes, and that's actually a pretty healthy squadron. I do my priority sector here, but I really maybe shouldn't have, because if he flies over into my other sector, and that's the weaker one. But I do kill 4 or 5 planes out of that squadron in that pass, so 6. So taking up to 31 planes. So I don't think he got any of those ones back. And you might be wondering why I'm launching a spotter plane here, but there is still a destroyer at large, so I figured the spotter plane, I can't remember if it spots torps or not, but he's there. But I also kind of hoped it might help me find the carrier faster, because I really just wanted to shoot the carrier. Here I was just trying to, you know, get used to the fact that whenever I launch my spotter plane, it sends my camera to the extent of my range. So I was trying to get back in line with the Atlanta. I wouldn't have been able to get shots off on the Atlanta anyways. And we're still hard detected, I believe, by the destroyer. This Alaska player actually on my side, he played really well this game if I remember correctly. And there's the Atlanta. Now any kind of cruiser at range is going to be not easy to hit. With a 9-second travel time, it gives him 9 seconds to change his course. So and we'll just see here. 9 shots, they look okay from that angle, but none of them hit. And once again, I priority sector, there's 1 plane dead. He only launched like a squadron of like 3. And I think the Alaska got the other one. And you notice me looking over into the last known location of Lexington, because I really desperately want to shoot the Lexington. You know, carriers obviously easy targets. You can get a lot of damage in a short time on a carrier, so it's not a bad thing, but there's nothing else spotted either, so I'm kind of just looking and waiting because I want to be the guy that slaps a carrier, especially since he's been literally focused on me, that Alaska, for almost the entire back half of this game. I mean, logically, yeah, we are the closest things to him, but also still, I might only have 73% of my AA, but 73% of my AA is still better than some of the other ships in this game still. So Lexington dive bombers, notice still not a full squadron. He hasn't been able to recover and regen enough planes to do so. Flies in, hit my boost. I think I might start turning a little bit, but there's one plane kill, 2 plane kills, 3 plane kills, and there's the AA defense expert for 35 plane kills in 1 match.
The ship is on fire.
Of course, I think we end up with 36 there, 36 total plane kills, and there's the Atlanta shooting away. It's just look at all those shells he can put into the air. So I take speculative. I don't even think I really even aimed those. I think I just pointed and fired, and I ended up getting them there. It's just 2 overpens is all he needed to die. So it gives us our third kill, 111,134 damage, and here comes more Lexington planes, but the game is about to end. This actually took the whole time because we don't actually kill everything left. So the destroyer, he takes last shots at me and they bounce. So, yeah, that's the end of that match, and hopefully, let's see, OBS. Alright, so I have the post-battle results screens for this game, actually. So, 329,550 credits, 13,000 XP, 3,000 for XP, got a Dreadnought achievement, and an AA Expert, 111,133 damage, I think I said 34 in-game, 54 target hits, 36 plane kills, 3 kills, yeah. Team standings, finished top of the team, not by much. The Tier 7's actually pulled a little bit more this game, and that Alaska actually didn't do exceptional, but, he's still not the bottom of the team. There's still, like, a Tier 9 that did worse than him. The enemy team, the Alsace, that actually kited away from me for the most game, he did fairly well. That Ostergotland did really well. Their carrier, notice he's actually down here. That's what happens when you don't get to do a lot of damage. And finally, here's kind of this screen, so take look at it as you will. Take a pause at it if you'd like. If you like these kind of videos, please leave a like down below and let me know, and I'll try to get more amazing games to show you. Hopefully, less boring than this one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If so, rating would be much appreciated, and I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.